Happy Saturday evening, Brazos Valley. Wanted to go ahead and hop on. We've got a couple of things that we're monitoring as we head into the new week. So feel free to join, ask any questions in the chat. I'm more than happy to answer, but thank you for all who's joining me tonight. First and foremost, we do have first alert weather days issued for your Monday and Tuesday. As you know, cold front's going to move into town, and that is going to do some pretty good damage to our temperatures. We're expecting low 30s area-wide for your Monday and Tuesday, with wind chills falling anywhere between 27 degrees and 35 degrees. That could essentially give us the potential to find some frost across portions of the Brazos Valley, even some light freeze conditions, especially to the north and east across the Brazos Valley. And I just want to show y'all Monday lows temperatures because you can kind of see that very evidently when we take a closer look at temperatures across our 16 counties. So 37, your forecast though Monday morning, of course, that is above the freezing threshold, but the more north and east you go, that's when you find the cooler temperatures. So Madisonville right now forecast to have right on that freezing threshold, 32 degrees, and then Centerville, Crockett, 31. So when I say light freeze conditions, those are the areas I'm mostly talking about, especially to the north and east, where your temperatures could dip just below that freezing criteria. That being said, make sure to cover your pipes and make sure to watch the thermometer very closely over the next few days. We'll continue to track the temperatures over the next 24 to 48 hours for y'all and definitely give you all the necessary updates. So 37 degrees for your Monday, and then we head to the upper 50s by the afternoon. Make sure you stay bundled up all day because we haven't seen temperatures like this in over 200 days, and it's going to be cold. It's going to be chilly. I don't know if I'm quite ready to see temperatures like this. So yeah, it's going to be a little blistery outside. Then we head to your Tuesday, and we keep 30s on the board. Tuesday morning, once again, but that is the last day we have a 30-degree temperature in the forecast, and you can see that very evidently as we head for the 70s for your Tuesday afternoon, and we're right back to the Texas we all know and love, waking up to the mid-upper 50s, and then we're above average for the rest of your week in the 80s. So not going to be super toasty out there. Take 80s anytime we can get them in the forecast, but if you're not a fan of colder weather, again, we'll feel the warmer temperatures by the time we get to midweek next week. A couple of reminders and things to prepare for as we do get these temperatures to dip below, and because it's been so long since we've seen temperatures of this caliber, again, we're expecting low temperatures across the Brazos Valley to range anywhere from 32 to 40 degrees for around 5 to 10 hours. So again, that is why we start to see those frost potential start to make its way across the area. So that being said, make sure your pets have a warm place to stay, as well as any of those sensitive plants that are susceptible to suffering under some colder weather. And then, of course, make sure to take care of yourself and your people, especially during those morning lows. Now, ahead of this colder weather, National Weather Service has placed Robertson and Leon County in a freeze watch. So those are the only two counties included in a freeze watch. This is set to expire Monday morning, but we do have a handful of other watches and warnings scattered across the state of Texas. So red flag warnings all across South and Central Texas. This is where that fire danger is the highest, but as you can see for us, it's still very high for us. We're in fire weather watch for 12 out of our 16 counties. And that's due to the fact that this front is going to do a very, very effective job at dropping our dew points to bone dry. So get out the moisturizer, the lotion, because our air mass is going to dry out very fast. And you'll notice that as soon as you step outside Sunday morning. And we are also expecting some pretty gusty winds. So given our ongoing drought conditions and how dry it has consistently been over the past few weeks, that's why fire danger is so elevated. So try to limit outdoor burning if you can. Just leave it off the to-do list. Wait till the end of the week to do that. A look at dew points as this front moves through. So again, we're sitting in the mid-50s. As we head out Sunday morning, once this front blows through, it's upper 20s, low 30s across the area. And then it's going to continue to chip away at our dew points. We're looking at teens. That is bone dry. And when we pair that with the winds that we are going to see for your Sunday, we're looking at gusts upwards of 25 to 30 miles per hour with persistent winds blowing 15 to 20. So it's going to be breezy out there. If you have any loose items or early Christmas decorations, try to tie those down tonight if you can, because those winds are going to be impactful and powerful. They're going to be able to push any of those items down the street in your neighbor's yard, etc., etc. I'm anticipating that we'll start to calm those winds down as we head into the evening, but it's still going to be impactful 20 mile per hour winds as we head to the evening. We will start to calm those down as we head into your Monday, but still going to be watching for some elevated fire danger. This is the outlook for your Monday from the Texas A&M Fire Service. So high to very high across the Brazos Valley. And ignore that Sunday. Need to fix that. That is for Monday, November 10th that this outlook is for. And I just wanted to give you an update on current burn bans. Anywhere that is painted in orange, again, that means outdoor burning absolutely prohibited. And if you're not included in that, please, please, please do not burn this Sunday because it will be impactful. It will be very, very elevated wildfire risk. So we're going to continue to track that very closely. Once we get past this fire danger risk, we're looking at temperatures in the 30s. So it's going to be chilly. Try to bundle up. And as for your 10-day forecast, I know a big question is if we're going to see rain with this front. Unfortunately, this does look to blow as a dry front. So we keep a 0% chance of rain all the way through your Friday, but we do have some very isolated chances as we head into the weekend. Obviously, still a lot of time from now to then, so we're going to track that closely and definitely give you the updates, especially because Ags are heading back home next Saturday. So hopefully we can stay dry for game day because it is 11 a.m. kick. And then temperatures kind of stay on autopilot in the 80s. We don't really see much deviation past Wednesday, 82, 83. And then lows will be right back to around average, so 60s. And then, of course, onshore flow will greet us as soon as temperatures head to the 80s. So it is going to be a little bit on the muggier side. Feels like temperatures likely going to be higher than what the actual air thermometer reads. But honestly, we'll take 80s anytime we can get, as long as it's not 90s in the forecast. Until we get there, again, it's going to be super chilly. Super cold. Start to dust off the jackets, especially during those morning hours. And just one more reminder that it is a first alert weather day for your Monday and Tuesday morning. Again, watching for that Arctic cold starting to bring in those 30s and potential frost, and we'll continue to watch that closely and definitely give you updates through the KPTX first alert weather app. That's the closest, most efficient way that we can update you, so we'll continue to do that for you. And I don't see any questions from y'all, but thank you so much for joining me. And I hope everyone had a great Saturday evening. And I'm sure it is even better because the Aggies got the win, so that is always good to see. And I hope everyone has a great rest of your night and a great end of the weekend. And we'll talk soon.